Hello and welcome, my name is Robin. And why don't astronauts use porn sites to find out if there's any hot extraterrestrial life in their area? These stupid, ugly slug descendants are using lightspeed while you're just sitting there. You won't last 15 seconds in this void of space. I want to tell you about this movie called Choose or Die. Why do I want to tell you about Choose or Die? French philosopher Albert Camus once or twice said, "The struggle itself towards the heights is enough to fill a man's heart." He said this about Sisyphus, you know, the guy with the rock. What I glean from this quote is that a way, maybe the only way of becoming happy, is working towards a goal and enjoying the journey. I like having made videos and I like making videos, so this time I'm making a movie review. Choose or Die is a horror movie directed by Toby Meekins and the costume design was done by Holly Smart. What's the plot, you ask, sitting right up in bed, scared and confused, wondering, what did I just ask? How did that YouTube video predict this? Well, there's this curse. Just some ancient curse some guy put in a video game. The video game makes you choose between things like eat arm or eat computer. And then when you choose, it makes it happen in real life. You might think, that's just the first Jumanji movie, but instead of being a board game, it's a video game like those other Jumanji movies. Then you sit still for a second and say, the first Jumanji movie wasn't scary. Stop talking, it's my video. But I like your accent and you're right, this movie is also not scary. So a girl gets the video game, she plays it and some bad stuff happens. So she goes to her video game nerd friend and then something very weird happens. The movie gets kind of fun. It's just very fun to see this self-sufficient brave girl with a troubled home life talking to this smart but antisocial nerd guy who is kind of in love with her, but also just fine with just hanging out. I hope he would die soon. Because seeing them nerd talk about video games is fun, not scary. She has to make more creepy choices and they both survive. Then they go to another place. They go to their car and they're very happy, as if they did not just fight her dead brother and see a girl eat glass until she died. At the place, they need to play the video game again. The boy dies and the girl has to go to another place. The story is somewhat and then, because the video game tells the girl to go from a place to place to place. The last place he visits is, you know, at the start of a horror movie we see how the monster works because it kills some guy. Well, the game makes some guy's wife cut his son's tongue out, but then the game says, if you make copies of me, I will stop hurting you and instead I will benefit you. As in, you're the game's little man, and when the game makes someone cut their arm off, your arm heals. She goes to the copy guy's house. She fights the guy, I thought she died, but she did not, and the guy dies. And now she's the game's little man. Okay, you can say one more thing. So she destroys the game, right? She has seen how horrible it is and wants to destroy it? No! She keeps cursing people that deserve it. Instead of learning something, she becomes part of the monster. And I don't think the movie wants to say, that's how bad it is, it corrupted her. Because the girl makes it very clear she only wants to kill people that deserve it. What's the point of the movie? What's the moral? What does it want to make you feel or learn? Well, there's this one scene where the bad guy says, I like the 80s. And the good guy responds, I don't like the 80s. And the bad guy says, you don't like the 80s. Maybe it wants to say we should stop loving the 80s so much, but nothing else in the movie makes you dislike the 80s. If the monster made bad things from the 80s happen, the viewer might have thought, maybe the 80s was not so good. But instead it's just dead brothers and eating glass. So it's a bad, not scary horror movie that does not really want to say anything. But the worst thing is, choose or die. If you don't choose, the video game chooses for you. You don't die. I hope you like this video. Bye.